I'd like to welcome everybody to the Keith Allen Show. Thanks for joining me today. We're on Monday, September, what is it, the 13th? 13th of September here, 1993. I want to introduce my first guest, Joey Solis. Why don't you come in and join me over here, Joey? This is the wrestler, you're a real Honda wrestler, right?
How you doing?
All right, how you doing, Joey?
Right.
Just fine, I'm glad to make it here.
Yeah, thanks.
So how you feeling today?
Feeling real good.
Ready to wrestle later?
Maybe later on.
Maybe later. So I asked if you would show me a few tricks of the wrestling trade. So we didn't prepare on any of this, right? But
We'll see how soft the floor is, and we will.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I want Joey to show me a couple of moves of how the wrestlers perform their duels. And, you know, you guys, I guess mats, right? You guys
Yeah, we have soft mats about like 2 inches deep.
2 inches, really?
So you can really get someone in the air and
really bang them down like that?
Yeah, it doesn't hurt that bad.
Really?
It's
not that bad.
Yeah, well, when the guy lands on you, then it could hurt a little bit more.
Yeah, elbow in the gut or something like that.
Not too much, but maybe more like a bear hug squeeze and a.
You didn't ever break any bones doing this thing?
No, but I torn a couple guys' shoulders almost out of their arms. Oh. But not really. No, not really breaking any bones.
Yeah. Well, maybe I think twice about this. You know? No, I'm pretty game for that. I want to show that. I want them to see what it's like to. Well, because you know, there's a lot of kids out there that might be wanting to become wrestlers, and I'm sure there's a few people I'll talk to, and they mention wrestling, and you know, my cousin did it in high school also, and they were. He was a champ also. I didn't really keep on top of his career or anything, but when I came across you and Henry that told me, or Gloria actually, your mother's here in the audience, right?
Yeah, Mom.
Okay, your mom told me about your career and everything, so I thought it was an interesting story, and I thought I'd invite you over to the show. So let's start here, because you wrote down a little something of your little bio here. It's like a little bio of yourself here, right? Okay, you started wrestling at Whittier High School, 1984?
Yeah, I started at Whittier High School. What first caught my interest in wrestling was actually WWF, the fake stuff. And we were really used to do that a few times, and but then when we got to high school, we actually learned how to wrestle for real, do the real thing, not just not just the elbow to the head or any of that fake stuff, but actually really going full collegiate style wrestling. And it was more of a challenging and more of like a more inspiring type of sport.
Yeah, there's a difference.
Yeah, I played baseball and football, and those were supposed to be my sports. But as soon as I started wrestling, that was my true love was wrestling, and I went on to do it in college and was successful.
Yeah, I could say that wasn't really one of my first picks in sports because I get tired pretty quickly. So I used to watch a lot of my friends do that, and it takes a lot out of you. It really drains you, doesn't it? Huh?
A match is only 7 minutes long. In high school, it's only 6 minutes, but when you're on the mat, it seems like it's hours, 1 or 2 hours at least.
I bet it does.
And you come out, you just give it everything you got, and sometimes you can't give any more.
Exactly.
And it's only 7 minutes worth.
Yeah, because you could get burned out mighty quick. I mean, if you're not in condition to do this kind of stuff. Like, what about your twin brother here? You wrestled with your twin brother, Tommy?
Yeah.
All the way through high school, huh? Varsity?
Yeah, we wrestled varsity together, and we both went to CIF, and we used to get tough a lot together. I was always wrestling him all the time in my house. We must have broke our mom's bed about 2 or 3 times.
Oh my God. So that's how it got started.
Yeah, that's how it really got started. And yeah, my brother was a pretty good competitor, and he was a smaller guy than me, so I think I got quicker because of him. And I've gone on to do it out of high school and into college. He kind of stopped at high school. It was a little bit too much for him.
So I'm sure they have categories for the height limits, the weight limits, and all that for the wrestlers. Have you wrestled many guys that were taller and weighed more than you?
You might get some guys who might have a height advantage, but that means they might be a little bit skinnier because the beauty of wrestling is that you wrestle someone your own size and your own weight. Well, not actually your own size, but your own weight. You both got to weigh in at a certain weight class. My weight class is 134 pounds, so I had to wrestle under 134 pounds. So I didn't wrestle anybody really that heavy, so I wrestled someone who was my size. Whereas when I played football, I was running back and I'm only 5'7". I'll be going up against a guy who's 6'1".
There's a difference.
200 pounds who just totally leveled me, and I'm not saying he was a better football player than me, but he had a better size advantage than me.
Oh, definitely.
So I needed something that was more, I can be challenged at and have a good challenge at my own size and my own weight and it's a one-on-one competition type thing. It's not where you're playing football or baseball where you have other players to help you out. Wrestling is just one-on-one competition and just you against your opponent.
Yeah, or your brother.
Yeah, or
You
my
know,
brother.
breaking furniture, stuff like that. So, what age was it that you guys? I mean, how many years did you guys wrestle and break the bed and all that kind of stuff?
Well,
How old were you guys?
we must have started when we were 8 years old because we used to do that WWF style a lot.
Ah,
That's where it all began. But then I must have been wrestling since I was since 7th grade. But in high school I started learning actually the technique and style. It's kind of like you might say it's like a martial arts, but it's not with combat. It's more of holding and moves and type of grips and stuff like that, and throws, of course.
right. Yeah, because you guys were. When I asked if you could show me a few moves, you do have a very good friend in the house who's also. I don't want to give too much away because I want to take a break before I do it, and then come back and I want you to introduce your special friend you brought with you. But you guys were showing a couple of moves, something over the hip thing, and
Yeah.
and at first I couldn't understand how was that going to work. You said to flip you over, but land on your feet somewhat.
Well, I landed on my feet because I didn't want to get hurt. But and in real competition, you see the way he'd flip me, and I'd land on my back, and he'd totally land on top of me.
Oh, so that's how it works.
Yeah. So you're taking the guy straight from his feet to his back, and it's a skill.
It is. Well, yeah, I had a little peek preview of him taking down an opponent out when we were setting up the tapes back there, and that's why I stood out of wrestling because of that stuff. But you guys took 4th place in 1987 here. You just completed in '86. What was that?
Yeah, in '87, 87, I went to CIF in high school, and I took a 4th place. Now, CIF is it's just in Southern California. It's not really that big of a wide area. And that was my senior year, and I wasn't really that satisfying for me. I wanted to go to state, to be a big state placer, and only to take 4th in the Southern section wasn't really satisfying for me. So I went on to bigger and better things. I went to wrestle at Rio Hondo College, and my first year out, we were state champions. I walked in the room, and I was a pretty good wrestler, but I wasn't as good as I thought. I was wrestling with a lot of all-stars. We had 6 All-Americans on our team that year, and our coach was Ken Boss, the best coach in the area. He was Coach of the Year that year, and you can see my state championship ring.
Oh, my God.
I'll show you that.
That's a dually, man. Look at that. Jesus Christ.
So
That's what they give you for wrestling?
when you win,
Being the champion or something?
our team were state champions. So as a team, we all got 13 rings, and we all got these rings. You can probably see it.
Yeah, wow. See, that's heavy, man.
But
It looks heavy on TV.
Yeah, it's
too.
once in a lifetime. I don't think I'll ever get one of these. Well, I probably won't ever get one of these again.
Wow.
But not too many people got these.
I thought the Army rings were pretty big, they're pretty chunky, but wow, that
It's
is.
kind of like a Super Bowl, but for college. And
Well, at least people can see it,
Yeah.
They'll know that you. What is that? It's a good conversational piece.
it's
that's
great.
for
It's a
sure.
great conversational piece.
Let me ask you. Okay, well, we already talked about that. You coached at Whittier High School for 6 years.
Yeah.
And your brother also coached too.
Yeah, he helped me out for a few years, and I kept going on, and this will be my coming up 6th year there. Last year we had 3 state qualifiers. One was surprisingly a freshman. He was a junior national champion this year at Greco-Roman, and he'll be really big next year.
So that's surprising to have a freshman to be.
Oh, well, freshmen go to state. Well, when I was in high school, I never went to the state. And this is a freshman who's only a freshman, and he went to the state already. So he's going to be big time in a few years.
Really?
You probably hear about Mike Diaz.
I guess you gotta have like the knack or the natural ability
Yeah.
to do this kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
he's been wrestling a lot, for a few years now.
Wow.
More than a few years.
And let's see here. You helped one of the kids make it to a junior champion, first place in the nationals.
Yeah,
huh?
that's the kid I'm talking about right there,
Yeah,
Mike
that's the
Diaz.
one.
Yeah.
That's him, huh?
So-
Okay, well he's on his way then. Huh?
Yeah, I was training with him this last spring.
Oh, good. Hopefully he'll make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big task to tackle.
He might be a future Olympian, I predict.
Hey, that'd be great, man. I mean,
in Greco-Roman.
you'd
he's
be
a
able
great
to
Greco-Roman
pat yourself in the back and,
Yeah. I contribute in a small way.
Yeah, hell yeah. I think that's a great thing to do for the kids out there and helping them out in wrestling and stuff. Tell you what, let me take another short break, and we're gonna ask you. I don't want to run too fast on all these questions because I want to introduce your special friend over here, and who is also a wrestler, Real Hondo too.
Yeah,
also,
yeah.
right? Okay, so I also want you to introduce him, but let's take a short break and we'll come back, gather up some wind, and we'll introduce your friend and ask you some more questions. Okay? All right, we'll be right back. Don't go away, and it's gonna get more interesting. We're gonna do a little wrestling preview for you guys over here. So come on back.
Here's one time it doesn't matter who your neighbor is. Here's the other. Life's too short. Stop the hate.
All right, well, welcome back to the Keith Allen Show. My guest here is Joey Solis, wrestler at Rio Hondo College. State competition, placed second in the state. We're going to introduce your friend that you brought over here in a little bit. But what I want to do first, well, we showed the people a little bit of that plaque. They probably wondered what that was from. The plaque that you brought with you was a certificate you got or something, or what was that you awarded? They were awarded you something there?
Yeah, my goal, because I didn't do really well my first year in college. I mean, I was on the team and I was a tough wrestler, but I didn't place in the state and I didn't even go to the state. So I had that the urge to come back and to be a state placer and to be an All-American. That the plaque was an All-American certificate.
Okay, well, let's show the plaque real quick here. Can we get a shot of the plaque? And you got a couple of medals there too, huh?
Yeah.
This is the All-American certificate that you got here. And this was all for what?
For wrestling at Rio Hondo. To be an All-American, you got to place in the top 4. And I took second, so I guess I reached my goal, and I took second in the state.
And these 2 medals, are they both for what? What are
The first one
for?
to your left is the regional tournament. I took second. That gave me a good seed in the state tournament, and then I ended up taking second in the state as well. And the All-Americans.
So how close did you come to getting in the first place?
Well, I've never been in the state finals before, so to tell you the truth, I already reached my goal, and my goal was to be an All-American. I was just so astounded with that. And my mom was in the hospital at the time. She had just had some kind of surgery. What kind of surgery was it? Gallbladder surgery. She had gallbladder surgery.
Does anybody know about that?
Well, anyways, maybe I shouldn't mention this on TV.
No, that's fine.
But
Everybody
anyways,
has those, I guess.
After I won the semifinals match, I was just so happy, and that's what I wrestled all year for and worked all hard for. And after that, I went to go eat lunch. 'Cause I didn't have to wrestle back till like 7 o'clock at night. Went to go visit my mom in the hospital, and I came back for the finals. And it was just like, when I was in the finals, I was kind of like just there for show, because this guy was wrestling in the finals. He was a returning state champion from last year. No one's even touched him all year. He was undefeated, great wrestler, and he beat me pretty good in the finals, I have to admit. But
A lot had to do with your mom being in the hospital and your mind was somewhere else. Too.
yeah, and my mind wasn't in that last match. My mind was more in the semifinals to be an All-American. And I wish my goal was to be a state champion, because maybe I would have been a state champion. But you know, I reached my goals, and that's what I was happy about. And I'm not going to take anything from the state champion, and I'm happy with my second, to tell you the truth.
Well, I'm happy for you too. Okay. All right, let's introduce your friend that you brought here, a special friend of yours. He's also a wrestler, right? Why don't you set him up for me?
Well, Ed, he's my team captain this year, and he helped me out through my career. He's a great international wrestler. He's got a great international style. He's shown me a few key moves to help me to go to the state.
And is this Ed?
Yeah,
Ed Solis also, right?
here.
All right.
Second in the world.
So, and also, you had mentioned something about an army. Oh, okay. All right, there you go. Well, that was mentioned earlier in the show that you wrestled for the U.S. Army also.
2 years.
2 years, and I understand, I couldn't miss it. You said second in the world.
Yeah, I was finished second in the inter-service world, which isn't actually the World Championships as we know it, where everybody from every country comes. This is all for servicemen. Servicemen from Germany, France, Italy, some of the Soviets, Germans, Americans, and Canadians.
And you got to build yourself up to like a certain category, like Joey did, right?
Yeah, I wrestled a 149.5, which is a difference in the United States weights in that in international you wrestle in kilos instead of in pounds. So that's why it comes out 49.5. And there's 3 less categories, so either you're really small, you're medium, or you're big. And I was too big for 36s and too smalls for 63, so 49 is about where I fell into place.
Well, let's talk about when you first got started doing this kind of stuff. I mean, was this on your mind as you were a kid? Did you always?
No, actually, I was kind of like Joe in the sense that I wanted to be a football player. but the only disadvantage was when I was a freshman, I was 4'11" and 92 pounds. So, I mean, my helmet and my shoulder pads weighed more than I did. So I went out there, and I was a tough kid, but when you don't have the weight behind you, you don't have the muscle, it's a lot tougher. It's kind of like throwing marshmallows against a brick wall. You know, you can throw it as hard as you want, but it's just going to bounce off. So I pretty much rode the pines my whole freshman year, and then I kind of gave up because I just didn't have the body for it. And one day, my coach, who also coached me in wrestling, he was a football coach, he goes, "Hey, you know, you're tough, but the fact is you're just too small." He goes, "Well, why don't you try to wrestle?" And then right away, like Joe says, I thought of Lucha Libre and WWF. I go, "Oh man, they got rings around here where we could jump off the ropes?" And so no, he said, "No, I'll explain you the difference." And then we went in, and it was amazing because you go in and there's a group of little guys, medium guys, and big guys, and that was great because I could actually compete with somebody my own size and my own weight. So that was a pretty good deal.
Right, like Joe say, it's not like, you know, there's so many different sizes like in a football game where they put you with your class. And,
Right, exactly.
And it's all up to pound for pound, like you said in the fight not too long ago.
Yeah.
You match up pound for pound and see who's the best out of that, right? You're a high school grad from Rosemead High School?
Yeah,
in
Rosemead.
1986. All CIF league champ, team CIF champs.
Yeah, that was the first year Rosemead High School won the CIF. We set a Southern California record. We scored 177 points, which is the highest ever scored by any school in any CIF, and right now that record still holds. And it was a great accomplishment. We had worked a lot of years for it, and the previous year we had finished second. The year before that we finished third, and the year before that we finished fifth. So every year we were getting closer and closer, and finally my senior year we won the CIF, so it was a great accomplishment for us.
There's a lot to, I got a lot of questions here for you, but what kind of advice would you give somebody, a student out there, or a kid, or somebody who's interested in wrestling? What would you tell them? I mean, how would you get them involved?
The first thing I would tell any young person out there today, whether it's boy or girls, there's a lot of girls participating in wrestling, but this is more geared towards the younger men out there. I would say that no matter what you want to do, whether it's wrestling or football, the important thing is that you have to stay active, especially today, because we all know that there's a big problem with the gangs and peer pressure to do bad instead of good. So I would say that if you have a goal, whether it be in wrestling or in anything, that you have to stick with it no matter what happens. Whether your friends are on you or, you know, it doesn't matter what everybody else is doing. You need to do what you want. And with wrestling, if you want to get started, there's many, many programs. There's a program in San Gabriel Valley for all that area, which is East LA, Rosemead, El Monte, Baldwin Park. They have a kids program, and you can start anywhere from 4 years old to you're 94. As long as you can stand, as long as you can stand on the mat, there's a program. There's also a program at East LA College. I believe it's running Wednesday nights at 7:30. So you might want to contact them for the kids and the adults.
And you know of any numbers that they can contact?
No, I don't know any numbers right offhand.
But you do have the names, so then.
Yeah, at East LA, the person to contact, his name is Tony Ovalle. He's a head coach over there, and he's also, they put on wrestling clinics for kids, which is like
special.
$25, and you can go learn moves from like world champions, Soviet guys, top-seeded Americans, and whatnot. And there's always things like that going on around the area. So once you get in contact with somebody, like myself or Joe, a coach, they can always put you in contact with somebody else. But as far as wrestling goes, the great thing about it is it starts really young. So
well, they can also call the studio here if they want. If any of you's watching right now want to talk to either Joe or Ed, at this we're live now, so you have to get your calls in quickly because once we're off the air, it'll be pre-taped and it'll be showing on tape later. So if you guys got any questions, call the number here, 269-8266. You'll see it there on the table there. The number's visible there for you to take down and gives you a little more time to write it down to call us here. If not, send us some letters here, you know, at 912 Northeastern Avenue here in East LA in care of the Keith Allen Show. And write to me and let me know if any questions you have for the guests that I've had. I'm going in order here as you wrote it down here. You had served, like once again, I mentioned you were wrestling in the Army, but you served in the 82nd Airborne Division.
right,
So this is supposed to be Fort Bliss,
Fort Bragg.
Fort Bragg. Bliss, I'm thinking Fort Bliss, Texas.
Yeah.
Okay, that threw me off. I'm sorry, it's not correct. Fort Bragg, North Carolina. So 82nd Airborne, that must have been tough on your feet and legs. Huh?
Oh, tough on the knees. Tough
Hey,
on the...
were you wrestling at this time, or?
I wrestled for the first 2 years. I served with the 82nd, and then I got promoted to sergeant at the age of 19.
Sergeant,
19,
man.
20. So I had a lot more responsibilities. I was in charge of a lot more people, so I didn't get a chance to wrestle the last 2 years. And then my last year, almost a whole year we spent in Saudi Arabia. So.
Right, we were talking about that earlier because we did want to mention that you were out there in Saudi Arabia, and what was your function over there?
I was in artillery, which is cannons, explosive projectiles, bombing. Pretty much is what it was.
No wrestling over there?
No, just in the sand with your buddies, fighting over Tabasco sauce.
Really?
Yeah.
I want that for make it taste better because everything was like you got MREs over there.
That's
Those
it,
MREs.
straight three a day. So I was eating the gum.
Yeah.
Starving.
with Tabasco.
With Tabasco on it.
So how did you and Joe meet?
Oh well, me and Joe have known each other for years. Well, it actually started as rumor. I heard there was another Solis in the. He went to Whittier, I went to Rosemead, and we were almost the same weight exactly.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, myself and Joe and our assistant coach at Rio Hondo all wrestled each other in college or in high school.
Wow.
So we all knew each other. And then I didn't see Joe for a long time. He wrestled with my friend Marty on the 87 team at Rio Hondo, and I wrestled in 86 at Rio Hondo. So I went away to the service, and when I came back, we just met up, two old farts trying to make a comeback, and ever since then we've been buddies. We've just been hanging
That's great.
out.
I mean, because you guys, did you coach also at any time in your career when you were wrestling?
Yeah, I coached Los Altos High School, which is now Wilson. We're combining teams this year.
I think when I first met Ed, I think I was in the air and he was like tossing me for like a killer ride. That's my first introduction to Ed. That's how he introduced himself to me. And I went, wow. I didn't know who your name was at first. And it's like, Ed Solis. I'm not wrestling that guy again.
Yeah.
But
well, you guys have, who brought the clips of the wrestling stuff?
I did.
Okay. I know it's like we got so much time to put all this in and stuff, and I want to get some, those clips. Richard, we don't have no clip. Okay, well, and instead of the clips, maybe we'll have a live clip. Well, before we go on to a lot of other questions, why don't one of you guys? How are we gonna do it? Either you guys show each other. No, I want you to show me a move, or so one of you guys show me a move. Maybe you show me one of yours, and then you can show me one of your moves. Okay? So we can give an idea to the people out there what it's like to get into a wrestling move.
Right.
Can you do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's go over here. You pan the camera over there, and I want to. No, we're just gonna move right on over here before we take a break. And let's see. I'm a wrestler. Okay, let's see. Let's go over here. Okay. Okay, does the guy stand up like this and get ready to wrestle, or how does he do it?
Well,
What does
when you
he have?
begin, you have marks on the floor, and you're supposed to be exactly 12 inches apart. So everybody has to stand with your foot on the line, and then in a ready stance. Of course, you don't want to be looking at your mom and then blowing whistle, because that's how you end up in the air. So they would both take the defensive stance, depending on how it is. You have guys who,
Oh, so you do go up.
yeah, you have to get ready. Then they blow the whistle, and then it starts from there. And
Okay. So say, let me
Okay.
do. Okay. Now you're like this, right?
Right.
Okay. Do you go like with the head thing, like in lucha libre, or?
Well, some people, it all depends. You can grab head. Some people, like Joe, like to lock up and throw. Some people shoot for legs, which is you're gonna get down.
Wow.
there.
Oh, that's scary. You're scaring me.
So there's
Okay.
basically a million things you can do.
Okay, so look, say like if I went, okay, we're in the moves, right? Okay, now if I I went to you like this,
Uh-huh.
what would your first move be?
Well, I'd probably block your elbow here and attack this leg.
Okay.
And start to come around behind.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, it's all counters and.
Really? Okay, you guys had did a move earlier, which was some hip and throw or something like that.
Oh, hip toss,
You
yeah.
could hip toss. What?
Want to do that?
You guys want to do that?
Yeah, you can do
You
that.
guys, you guys are.
Okay, a hip toss is basically when you're working into a throwing position.
Okay.
And I like to throw because if anybody at home can actually get a good look, I'm not very muscular, so throwing is a lot more leverage, where you don't have to use your muscle, you just have to use his own force against him. So I would grab Joe around the waist, and what most people like to do is they'll either come off to the side or they'll face me, okay? And what I'm going to do from here is all I'm going to do is step in front of Joe, and right here you can see I'm going to use no strength at all. All I'm going to do is bend over. So actually all I'm doing is I'm going to beat him in front and just bend over, okay? And from here we would land on our backs.
See, I landed on my feet.
Oh.
He landed on his feet, but most people would go to their back. And
Wow, acrobats too.
This is more of a, like this is especially Ed's more of an international style wrestler. He likes to get guys in the air because the higher you throw the guy, the more aptitude you get, and
The
you
more
land on his
points
back,
you get, yeah.
the more points you get.
Wow, so it's really detailed as how you wrestle the person.
Right,
also.
it's really strategy is what it is.
So you get this guy way up in the air. What if you toss him and throw him and he's flying in the air? And that's great points.
Well,
Yeah,
well,
well, that's-
Ed's got total leverage on me. So watch it do it again. He's got my hip right
I
here.
got him by the hip.
And he's got my arm too.
So as I come here and I bring Joe over, the thing is I'm just bent straight over and I'm actually going to take him to his back. There. And so in a real match, I would actually land on top
Land
of
on
him.
top of him, boom, and you take him down. That's real good points. What kind of points would you get for something like that?
Well,
Barry?
that's 3, but if I take Joe over my shoulders, if I took him way up, that would be 4 or 5. It all depends on how high you take him.
Oh, there's really susceptible to injuries here. I mean, 'cause
Well,
I
when
hit
you're
my
up-
kid and I injured my back right there. And
Well, like in a match, it really wouldn't hurt Joe at all.
but you got to know what you're doing.
I'd be
too.
more
Right.
worried about getting up my back.
Yeah. He's not really worried about getting slammed, but he's just more worried about getting up.
So, and please don't, you kids out there at home, though, if you're watching this, don't start throwing your brothers around. You might break the tables, your mom's bed, like like Joe did there. Hey, well, that's great. Well, thanks for showing me that little move there. We're gonna take a short break, Richard. Okay, we're gonna go on a short break, and we'll come back. We'll be sitting back over here on the chairs and talk a little bit more because I have more questions to ask him. And then I have another guest in the house, Quentin Gutierrez. We're gonna talk a little bit with him about what he's been up to. So don't go away. We'll be right back.
Drinking and driving.
Hop in.
Use your
Hey,
wits.
This is your car.
Yeah.
My brother had the same car. He never let me drive it, though.
No?
So you must have had me in mind when you bought this. Wait till he hears you've got the same one, and you let me drive it, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Take the keys, call a cab, take a stand. Friends don't let friends drive drunk.
So
Yeah.
somebody's not gonna let you do things.
Yeah, we're that's fine. That's fine. That's okay. I do this too. We talk and we come back from a break. There's no problem. You were mentioning something about them.
Like when you wrestle in college, the thing is, like in high school, I wrestled some guys, and I knew I was gonna win. But in college, every time I went up on the mat against someone, I knew it was gonna be hard. I knew it was gonna be tough because you're wrestling against another man, not just the boy, but another man who wants to tear your arm off or who wants to put the hurts on you.
Yeah.
And you got to keep the intensity up the whole time, and it's a really different story. It's really challenging, and some guys aren't gonna let you do things to them, just flat out. You might have this move down pat, you might know how to do it, but the guy's still not gonna let you do it to him. And sometimes you might gotta force it. But
Yeah, that's. I honestly, I mean, it is if you don't learn this and take your training at it and everything else, and learn to face your opponent like that, which I haven't done, and facing Ed and that move. Just by grabbing him and how he showed me what he would do, I mean, you really have to be prepared to do this kind of stuff. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, do you feel more confident? Like, say you were at a club, you would know that you could wrestle somebody and throw them down? Or, I mean, I would if I tried to.
Yeah, well, it's kind of funny you say that because most of my friends, I mean, most people who wrestle, it's a stereotype. You think of the big, bald, crazy psycho guy who's going to try to bite everybody's ear off and break their neck. But actually, your better wrestlers are more mellow, intellectual kind of guys. And that, I mean, it's hard to believe, but it's true. A lot of them, they do.
Strategy.
Yeah, you have to think. I mean, in high school you can win a lot of matches on brute strength alone, but I mean, Joe can tell you, and I can tell you, I see some skinny guys. You go out there and you're kind of snickering when they take off their shirt, and they go out there and just beat the crap out of you. You're flying everywhere.
it's happening.
And
Yeah,
it's
these guys
really,
are
yeah,
great.
it's so. But as far as like you said, when you go to the club, I guess if I had to fight, I'd rather wrestle than
Instead
than
of
box.
box,
I'd probably get killed.
Quickly here, let's talk about you're presently coaching Wilson High School,
Right.
And ranked 8th in preseason.
We're in the
polls
preseason poll.
after 2 years of coaching.
Right.
Been wrestling for 10 years. Also athletic director at the Rio Hondo Boys and Girls Club in the Bell Gardens.
Yeah.
And that's your bio on there, right?
That's it.
Okay, and then let's see, we got you all completed here, Joey. You see, we talked about your CIF, right? Then you placed 4th in '87, and then you also you were 2nd in the state. Or was that 2nd in the state? And you also have that All-American plaque with the medals we showed. First year, you're gonna see you wrestled as college. You talked about that. You state champs and college. What is a red shirted for 1 year? What is that?
I took a year off after we were state champions. I don't know, the the alcohol bug got me.
Uh-oh.
I started drinking a lot, and
Say no drugs, alcohol, boy.
well, that was my downfall in wrestling. That was after that was over. I don't know. I started drinking, and that's when my wrestling career went down. I didn't start the next year. I didn't wrestle for a couple of years, and but after that, I kind of got wise to the, to the disease. I'm an alcoholic, so I stopped drinking for this. This is going over 3 years now. I stopped drinking, and this last year I wanted to do something. I wasn't drinking. I was feeling good. I was working out. I had a great self-esteem, and I wanted to prove myself once again that I can do something with myself, and drinking wasn't a part of it. And I'm kind of glad for that.
I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, that's good. That's good. And you guys have, because I have a second guest in the house. I'm not going to rush you guys off or anything. I want to get all of you guys in here because I feel privileged to have you guys all in the house right now, and especially you guys wrestling. Will you guys, when I go out next time, will you guys accompany me when I go out? Or else maybe, or maybe what I'll do is come and see you guys when you're coaching or something. Maybe I could stop by and we could chat some more, and I could see you guys at work and see what the kids do with your training and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I want to thank you guys for
having
showing
us.
up here on my show and speaking to me and the people out there and giving us a few tips and showing me a few moves over there and scaring the heck out of me. I don't want that tape. It's a shame we didn't have that tape because that was that was some good footage you guys brought down here. But I'd like to thank both of my guests here for showing up. Joy Solis and Ed Solis, they're wrestlers at Rio Hondo College. Took second place in the state, and also he's a wrestler in the United States Army. Took second in the world. So let's take a short break, and when we come back, I want to introduce Quentin Gutierrez, and we're going to talk to him about what he's been up to lately. Okay? So you guys stay tuned. Don't go away. Go get your milk, coffee, whatever, and come back and see what we got to talk about with Quentin.
Los latinos nos estamos matando.
Nos enfermamos mucho del corazón. Es que comemos mucha grasa, fumamos y no nos ejercitamos.
Yo ya no fumo.
Ahora comemos más pollo y fruta, pescado y vegetales. Empezamos dándole una vuelta a la manzana.
Ya caminamos 1 milla diaria.
Ya basta, ¿no?
Cuídate. Te necesitamos. Ten corazón. Hazlo por ellos.
Last year, we had the cleanest air in over 40 years. So the Air Quality Management District rounded up some of its most important clients who'd like to say,
thanks, gracias, salamat po.
Every time you carpool, ride the bus, or walk instead of drive, you're helping clean the air for California's most precious resource. Keep it up. Call for a free brochure.
Welcome back. You're tuning into the Keith Allen Show. Let's see. Well, I'd like to say goodbye to my first guest over there. You guys take care, and thanks for coming down. Thanks for coming down once again. All right, Quentin, why don't we have you step on right up here and find out what you've been up to? All right.
Second time around it, bro.
Yeah. All right, bro.
Back again. Last time I was in my Armani suit.
Yeah, he was looking pretty sharp. That's when you brought down a female friend of yours. Huh? You guys were. She was into her little thing there. She was doing
it was
little
pretty
dancing.
funny because I was begging on her, you know?
Yeah, it was.
Bit,
I have the tape of it too. I was watching it the other day, man. I was tripping out. Yeah, it came out a little fuzzy because of the switching and stuff. But I was, it's good to look back on the tapes from way back, and check them out because you see where you've come from and see if you advanced any or not.
Just check out the progress,
So what's the progress with you? What you been up to? What's been happening?
I got a big showcase this week for Comedy Compadres on Thursday at Igby's. And
where's Igby's? Where's that?
That's up in West LA. And then Comedy Compadres picked up 12 more shows on Channel 5 KTLA. And then the rumor has it they might put new hosts. Like in other words, there's 12 slots, a host for 6 slots, another host for 6 slots. So you should call KTLA, talk to Jeff Valdez.
I'm serious. Be a host?
Yeah, be a host on Comedy Compadres. That'd be pretty cool, man.
Wow. Hey, that.
And then at the same time, we got Carson Jay Leno and Chevy Chase is eating it. See the reviews on the newspaper?
No, I haven't
Yeah, the
seen.
reviews are very bad on Chevy Chase. You guys see them?
Really? What was
Very
it?
bad. Oh, he's eating it, man. It's not.
What, they started the show already and stuff?
Yeah,
What?
they started the show last Tuesday.
Really? Oh,
But
so
the
it's
reviews on USA on Wednesday were very bad. This weekend, LA Times was very bad. So Chevy's going to be going. And Jay Leno's ratings is under Letterman. Letterman's going to kick some butt.
Really?
And then at the same time, I think us Latino comedians and talk shows guys should fax some letters, and they should have a Latino talk show host. That's the only guys that's going to compete with Letterman, isn't that right? You know,
Right.
it's the truth because you know we are the majority here in LA. Okay,
Let's show it, huh?
Yeah, and we could show it. It's like the LA riots was nothing. That was a black riot, right? You know, like us Latinos, we didn't find out until like the day after. You know, like Spanish news, it's like a day late. You know, we showed up to the riot a day late, and everything was gone, and they arrested us. You know,
We're there just seeing. Hey, what happened here?
we just found out about it. No, the riots were over yesterday. You know,
And they're all taking it.
they're all taken. You know, but then you know they have
Rummage
that
sale.
what's that Nielsen ratings?
Yeah,
You know,
Nielsen
that Caucasian family. They should have this Gonzalez rating and say, all we have to do is pick up the phone once. Hey, Jose, we just call up all the relatives. We'll tell you what show's going to be number one, you know, because that's what we're going to be watching, you know?
Yeah, man. It's like the comedy compadres and.
Yeah, it's like, a Latino, you just call up a Latino, man, boom. Yeah, the ratings, let me make a phone call. Boom, all the relatives, yeah, well, we know what's going to be the hit show. That's what we're going to watch, you know?
That's right.
But the Nielsen rating, you call up some white family. Yeah, we'll call up Biff Todd. And then next thing you know, they call up the Latinos there in the background. They have a Latino in a little booth. Hey, what's it going to be, you know? They get it from us. It's like, all right, well, we should be the Latino ratings, you know? Because we're the majority here in LA, you know?
Yeah, I'm glad these shows that came out. There's another one that's out right now. Right?
Yeah, check this out. Chili con carne. Culture Clash, right? Yeah, those are the other two Latino shows, you know? But us, we should send letters to, everybody should send letters to Fox and all these other talk shows and say, put a Latino as a talk show. So we have Arsenio Hall, Letterman, and a Latino. That's going to be some pretty good competition because, you know, hey, we already got our audience, you know?
That's right. We got it. Yeah, it'd be fair. I think
It'll be
it'd
fair. It'll be
yeah.
fair, very, you know, neutral for everybody.
Exactly.
So everybody, anybody can have a chance. Just send letters in and say, hey, pick me, showcase me, you know? As long as one of us gets it, you know?
Yeah, you know, maybe I should start my, yeah.
No, I'm serious. That's what we should do, you know? And then how about the LAPD and the sheriffs came out with that new pepper spray, like that mace?
Really?
White people and black people hate that stuff. Us Latinos, we love it. Oh, chili pepper spray, more, man. Put some on my taquitos, man. Ay, sister, it's good. Maria, come on, bring your tacos, chili pepper spray. Ay, it makes my eyes burn like abuelita.
We're going to have to start ordering some of that, huh?
Yeah, some good stuff, man.
We're going to have that in every home, every
Chili
Latino
pepper
home.
spray. It
Start
doesn't.
putting
Latinos are immune to it. Eh? It's like homemade chili, eh? Jalapeno spray. Oh, it's good, man. Police
Well,
officer.
I'm so glad you're keeping up on all that. Well, I haven't heard of none of that.
But
kind of
that's the
stuff.
thing,
Really?
man. We have to call KTLA and tell them that we need different hosts because they had. I forgot who was the first host that did it, but then they got 12 more slots. Let's change the flavor.
12 more.
Show the audience, the Caucasian people. Yeah, we have different flavors of people, like a rainbow. You know, like you look at Latinos, you got light skin, darker skin. You know, like we're a rainbow. We're very indigenous. You know, because you know it's the truth. You know, we could fit in anywhere. You know, and then getting back to the riots, that was a black riot, right? If you throw a Latino riot, easy, man. A Latino riot, boom. You just make a phone call, boom. The valet parking guys will be taking off in Mercedes-Benzes, you know? The cooks in Beverly Hills will be taking off with the oils full of food. Hey, yeah, I got the pasta, you know?
That's right.
You know,
Hey,
and the guys that work for Macy's, we come in, hey, we're rioting. We work here too, you know?
Well, as long as they save me a plato, because you know when I do some work, I get hungry, man. Cause, you know,
all the
work
brothers
and
just
eat at the same time.
All the brothers just rioting in South Central. Like, yeah, we're going to burn down our old city. You know, us Latinos, we're babysitters, we're gardeners, we're repairmen, we drive buses, we do valet parking, we cook. We do more stuff than that. We repair cars, paint cars, body and fender. We run businesses. Shit, we'll be owning we're rioting. You white people, get out. We just took over your business, you know?
So bad. Hey, you know what? I don't know if you heard of this, but you ever heard the first annual Minority Motion Picture Award?
No, man, they kept me out of that.
Imagine that.
Again?
Yeah, I just went to this past Friday, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was something. Here, check it out. Yeah.
Check
That's
it out,
a
man.
nice little layout on the front there. Huh? Yeah, well, it must have cost me a pretty penny. That's where my money went to.
What was it held at?
It was held right
I
here
am
at
Mayor
the,
James Olmos.
Yeah, that's.
Quick impression of Martin. What's up? Goatee. Sinbad again. What's up again?
Quentin Gutierrez. You know what? How do you say your last name? Gutierrez or
Just call me.
Gutierrez?
Oh, Wesley
is that-
Snipes. They bust this guy with a gun. Remember?
Yeah?
Yeah,
No,
they got
for
him
real?
on-
Or
yeah.
in the movies?
About 2 weeks ago, like
Really?
Hollywood Boulevard, he was cruising on his bike, he fell, pendejo, you know. Somebody said, "Oh, I saw him with a gun." They arrested him, you know. And what about that guy, Dr. Dre and Snoopy Dogg, whatever the guy is, the rapper?
Doggy Snoop.
Doggy Snoopy. He got busted for murder, right? $1 million bail.
Damn,
I mean, here's a guy that's gonna, after he gets convicted for murder, he's gonna be busted, really writing rap songs with a captive audience, you know?
Yeah, now he is. Boy, real captain.
There'll be him, Michael Jackson, Tyson, you know?
Yeah, what's going on with this Michael thing? My cameraman over here wants to go home and watch something there
Oh, yeah.
about him later
Well,
on.
it's interesting. One of the tabloids wants to commit suicide, but Liz is there. Please don't.
Oh, is that what happened? I saw that on tabloid. Somebody, she saved Michael or
Yeah,
something
he wants
like
to
that.
commit suicide.
Was
you
that
know?
what happened? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Bring
I
him down to
didn't
the
hear-
Camino, make him a homeboy.
Imagine
We'll hide
that.
him over here in East LA. No, that's Miguel, eh?
Well, it changed
Put a
from black to
mustache
white,
on.
now brown, huh? I guess you're going to the brown thing. I don't know.
You have to be incognito. We'll bring him to East LA. We'll turn him into Latino. We'll call him Miguel Jackson. That's my cousin Miguel from San Juan, you know?
Hey, you know, if you know, it's funny. I mean, we're having a good time and everything. But you still doing the Latino?
Yeah.
show,
Okay, I
right?
took it back over about a month ago. Remember I quit in
Yeah,
February?
yeah.
Okay, so we got it back on Sundays. We're trying to pump the room up back with audience and any other comics. Give this guy a call,
Yeah,
call
we-
the Comedy Store. And every Sunday, you know?
We've been lucky enough. There's been a few callers, right, Phil? We've been getting some calls in here.
976 Keith.
Yeah, 976.
And then she took off her clothes.
And then the belly room, Latino de Noche right here. I always like to pump this because, you know, I attend there every so often.
Wait
I
a
go
minute,
down
they
there.
call this minority award? You
Yeah.
said there's only one Latino. Oh, brothers, one Asian guy.
They're
Check
gonna,
that out, eh?
they're gonna be changing it next year. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
They're gonna
they
call it like
better.
the underprivileged
We'll
or
boycott
something
it, eh?
like that.
You said like a
No uvas.
No uvas. Yeah, look at that, man. All the brothers are here. Yo, what's up? What's up?
Yeah, there was quite a few of the.
They should have called that the Soul Train Awards Part 2.
Yeah,
That's it, man. One Latino, Eddie Olmos. I am Edward James Olmos. Orale.
there's gonna. You heard of the Golden Eagle Awards?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be coming up pretty soon.
Yeah, that'll be
I'm glad
interesting.
we got that.
Well, yeah, they were talking about it. They have they want to discontinue it, but no, that's part of us. Eh? That's like
Yeah,
our Oscars, eh? You know.
That's right, man. We gotta have that. The
You know, like
Oraston Frijole Awards.
That's
next
it,
or
man. They
something,
got our Oscars. You got an
Chile
Oscar,
Awards.
a golden Caucasian. You know, I want an Oscar. You know. And what do we got? What do they give out? You know what?
Jalapenos.
No, a golden what? What's the name of the guy that picks the beans? Eh?
Oh,
Juan
Garcia,
Valdez.
there you go.
Ahorita was little mule.
With a little mountain and a burro. A golden. Well, it's like, if it's golden, hey, you know, can't
My name is Juan Valdez for the Golden Eagle Award.
put that on your. No, you don't have a mantle. What would you put that on? Your.
It's the top of my car, the hood of my car. Eh?
There you go. There you go.
Remember back in the old days in East LA? Everybody had the little light up little swans on their hood, eh?
Yeah, man, that was up
Say,
for a
hey,
while.
Chewy, what's happening?
Happening with that little
Remember
swan, man. Yeah.
They had the
what's
side
happening?
pipes, eh, you know?
Yeah, glass
And they had
packs,
little
pumping.
glass packs and
That's
everything.
right, man.
If you didn't have
Frijoles
a-
coming out because, you know, they forgot them in it from last night.
If you didn't have hydraulics, you take your shocks off and fake it out, eh?
That's right. Have the guys in the back jump around a little bit. And then the little doggy's head always going in the
Girlfriend-
back. Remember the doggies? They had the little doggies. That
He had
was
the little
happening?
doggies, eh?
I did. Well, that little kitty cat and a doggy.
No, I got a
Okay.
record player. No.
CDs are things, man. CDs are
I know,
what's
yeah.
happening, huh? Isn't
Back
that
in the old days, you ever see them old Muntz record players? They're all chrome, eh? You know, like
Chrome?
Yeah, they were. They're big old Muntz made a record player.
I
It was
don't
a
know.
car record, they had little springs in it, you know. I'd be cruising around, big old album. Hey, let me change my album, man.
How old are you?
I was a minor, eh?
Gee,
At that
what
time,
is
man.
that thing? I don't know.
Shit, I was a minor. I used to go. I was in the calles de Vago at 15 years old. I was hanging out with 18 years old. Like, hey man, you're cool, man. You know still cars, man? Yeah.
Yeah.
You could hang out with us.
Yeah.
Told you I was homeless as a kid, and my father kicked me out a couple of times, eh? Sleep in my car, eh?
So that's what I mean. But really, what's
Now I
good?
kicked out my father. He's sleeping in his car now.
God.
Yeah.
Now that you got old enough to take care of himself.
Hey, Dad, come here, man. Remember me? No, just kidding. I wouldn't.
But what's been happening with I mean, besides what's been going on out there? Give some people some info so that.
Info.
Yeah,
Oh,
what's-
Power
what's-
106, we're putting on some Latinos too. Call them up, tell them you want more Latinos. They're basically putting one or two, but they should put more variety. You know, back to the rainbow thing.
Yeah.
More Latinos, because they've been, you know, doing their little comedy clubs here and there. They're promoting Power 106 at the same time because we're the market. Between the ages of 18 to 30 something, we're the X market that has the money that buys everything. You know, we're the one that's watching all the television series. We're the people that buy the product on the commercials. This commercial product we're buying, what, Pampers, Huggies, Windex, pays for the television series where you never see any Latinos. Where if we boycotted all the American products, we would be in control. Like back in, I think, the 60s, the blacks boycotted bus line because they're very racist. Because of the blacks only boycotting, they put their bus line out of business, you know? Just like at the UCLA riots. Not riots, but, you know, they could have been riots.
Yeah.
But the protesting, I was there on Sunday and all these guys were going, hey man, we're going to starve ourselves. We are. And I go, so I went up to the podium and started talking, no, we won't starve ourselves. We'll boycott the American product. And then lady from Channel 9 goes, no, we can't print that because you're hitting us at the pocketbook. If you do that, we'll be out of business. Yeah, because we buy the product on the commercial. It pays for Channel 9 News, you know. Put more Latinos on, you know. Like, there should be more Latinos on General Hospital. I've been on that since 85 on and off, you know. But my role's kind of okay. It's not a gang member, but I'm like a rebel, freedom fighter, you know, and fatigues and everything. I'll bring footage next time. You know?
Yeah, do that.
Yeah, I've been on since 85. Last time I was on was November. Last year I had like a 6 days row. I was with the main actors, Tony, Gary, and Emma Sands. I
love
drag her
Emma
into
Sands, man.
Yeah, I drag her into the cave and slap her around, and she goes, why are you doing that to me?
Should have kept making a mistake.
Because you're a white woman.
Hey, you know,
You don't know how to cook.
I would like to see a little more Latino stuff.
Yeah, that's what we have to do. We have to boycott, send letters to the networks. Worst comes to worst, like I said, if there was a Latino riot, people would be terrified, you know what I mean?
That happened last time.
Yeah, remember back in the Salazar days, you know? That was nothing. They just burned down the meat store at the corner on Kern and Whittier where I lived, you know?
Well, see, you've seen the latest, you know, Sinbad's coming on and he's doing specials.
Yeah, they're all the brother shows. You know? Yo, what's up? There's nothing bad. It's an ethnic show, but look at the Latinos.
Where are we?
If you look at the census pie, okay, here's the pie. Okay, on the census pie, there's a big chunk of Latinos here, a little miscellaneous, they call it, and then you got the blacks, your whites, Asians, and then you got miscellaneous, again, Iranians, who knows, Winnie the Pooh, you know? So, yeah, you remember the dance goes back in the 70s, those Iranian guys with gold razor blades?
Yeah.
Hey, what are you doing?
Here coming out.
Yeah, here coming in, it smells like armpit, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, but, you know, the big thing about that, man, we have to boycott, man, and tell them, you know, open up our voice. Here's the voice, you know? We are the voice. A lot of us are scared to vote and protest because we're very happy with our jobs. Like some of our fathers, you know, like they came over, they got their green card, some of them, and it's like, no, we're happy. We don't want to bother the white people. No. We are. This is our land, Aslan, the land it was, you know. And we have to take it back, man. Well, it's coming back little by little. But if you look at all the streets right here, Los Angeles, what does that mean? City of the Angels, you know, it's in Spanish, Los Angeles.
Supposed to be Los Angeles, right?
Yeah, and then, you know, people, oh, dude, I'm from Simi Valley, you know, stuff like that. Like Monterey Park, Santa Ana,
there's so many.
the Valley, that's a white neighborhood, Valley.
Valley.
Definitely, like Simi Valley, yeah, that's a white neighborhood, but you get down over here, the east side, and downtown LA, which is LA.
So, well,
And you got West Hollywood.
That's
He knows what I'm talking about. You ever see Keith and Greg on the floats, eh?
No.
Something floats? The Keith Hallen show. Get him, boyfriend.
I actually walked into one of those bars out there.
Oh,
in Santa Monica.
actually, yeah.
Yeah, no, it was accident.
Oops.
It was.
I backed up into somebody.
I
huh?
left because if they would have whistled just a little bit, it would have been okay. But they whistled too much, you know, and they were dogging me too much. And
¿Cómo estás
I'm
cambiado,
cool with
Keith?
it, you know. I was cool with it, man. But you know, it's like
He was cool.
something
with
was happening when I saw all men in that place. I just went in for a soda, you know.
it. Yeah,
And I got more than I bargained for. I was
They
like,
with that straw going.
I had to be whipping my tail, you know, like, hey, no, cut it out, cut it out.
Stop it.
No, stop it.
I like it. I mean,
No, but hey, that's cool. I'm really open-minded with everybody. I don't
very
I don't hate
open-minded.
nobody. I get along
Next
with
thing you see,
everybody.
he'll be on the press conference. Oh, thank you, President Clinton. Going to the service next week.
Did you get my dress out of cleaners? You didn't pick it up, did you?
Cross-dresser. No.
No, we just do that for fun. Everybody, you know, this is just a routine.
Just
you
a
know?
routine, you know?
It's a routine. Don't take it serious now. Everybody's out there, really?
All West Hollywood will be calling you, Keith, we love you.
Really?
Keith,
Hey,
the president.
I have a fan club, but you know.
Mayor of West Hollywood. Just kick that dyke out.
Well, I'd have to change big time there.
Órale.
Jesus Christ.
Sí, bueno, ¿le presta nails, eh? Ahora estás... Oh, nothing. Viewers.
Took them off last night.
Took them off real quick.
No. Well, she had hers. I like to feel. Hey, I love women with real nice fixed up nails, man. They look really pretty.
Be sure that was a woman you're
Tickle
talking
your
about?
neck and everything. It's really nice. Well, my wife does that. I mean-
Especially that 5 o'clock shadow.
Hey, I see you're looking new there with that goatee and
That's
everything.
a new character,
new
you know.
look.
Need some new shots.
Did you have to do that for General Hospital or something? Or
No. General, I would always have like a 10 o'clock shadow, you know.
10 o'clock.
A couple of days.
Lopsided hair or something like
It's
that.
kind of heavy on one side, you know.
So, what's been happening with the shows that you're putting on over there besides
They're building up more, you know, and they're building up more to basically our room's like a workshop, you know.
Yeah, I wanted to get
It's
some
a
of the
workshop.
comedians down here.
Yeah, that's a lot of people need a workshop to work out. That's what when I
There's a
originally
workshop right here.
When I opened the room up back in October of last year, I was the first Latino comedy room in the United States. Nobody ever had one, and now it's at where we're spread to the Laugh Factory, the Ice House, and a couple other dinner clubs around here. But I started the movement off, and now these guys submitted culture class.